Hello, Kehilat Darchei Tzion. We're in Erev Shabbat, Parashat Vayeshev. In our Parashat, we read about the terrible story of how the brothers throw Yosef into the pit, how Yosef is taken down to Egypt and becomes a slave and then a prisoner, and how he encounters Zara Mashkim and Zara Ofim, solves their dreams. And next Parashat, this encounter is going to be the point which, because of it, Yosef manages to actually get out of prison and start his journey upwards until he becomes, of course, second to Paro, etc. The story begins, of course, with the problem how the brothers of Yosef treat him. They throw him into the pit, they mock him, and according to some commentaries, they sell him to Egypt. The question, who actually sold him? I think if we look at the story, we see that the first point where we see problematic behavior ben adam lechavero, between one person to the other, is Dafka Yosef. Yosef, who brings their bad deeds, he tells about what they've done to their father. Yosef, who continuously speaks out loud about his dreams without realizing what effect this has on his surroundings. Yosef is there saying his truth, but ignoring the people around him and not really realizing what effect this has on their emotions, on their feelings, what this means about them. It seems he's like completely on a different realm. Our parasha ends with Yosef, a prisoner in Egypt, and he encounters Sarah Mashkim and Sarah Ofim. He's in charge of everything that goes on there. And then one day he sees that they're frowning. He sees that they're upset. He sees something is bothering them. And he comes up to them and he asks them, Madua penichem ra'im hayom. He asks them, why do you look so troubled? What is the problem that you're facing? And because of this, Yosef solves their dreams and later leaves prison and becomes almost the king of Egypt. We realize that there's a difference between the end of the parasha and the beginning, something about the personality of Yosef. The beginning, Yosef doesn't have the sensitivity to realize what his actions do to the people around him. And at the end of the parasha, Yosef is so sensitive not only to realize what the people around him are feeling, but to acknowledge it and to respond to it and ask how they're doing. And this idea, this concept, this change of sensitivity, of realization of what his connection is to the people around him, what they're feeling, the idea to be sensitive, to ask, to worry, to care, is something that changes the whole story around. When Yosef is insensitive, that is what maybe brings upon him the disaster of his brothers selling him to Egypt. It doesn't justify what they've done, but we understand what causes them to be so upset. Yosef has a role in upsetting them. He doesn't have the sensitivity, and from there, the story just goes down. But when Yosef becomes sensitive to his surroundings, when Yosef realizes what effect the dream has on Sarah Mashkim and Sarah Ofim, and he helps them with their problems, with their troubles, then Yosef starts going up. So Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll all learn sensitivity. We'll all learn to open our eyes and see the people around us and worry about those who have troubles and those who have different challenges. And we should be sensitive enough to realize it, to help each other, each one, when we have our challenges and our troubles. And Be'ezrat Hashem, bizchut, this mutual sensitivity of Am Yisrael as a whole, we will be zochet to the Geula Shlema, and may our brothers that are still captive in Gaza return home safely. Shabbat Shalom.